Channel Africa News, I am Onele Nzinzi.
SABC News, independent and impartial.
From an African perspective.
Thank you, Anile. Funeral arrangements of Zambia's fourth president, Rupiah Banda, being put in place with government outlining some of its critical position during the 7-day national mourning. Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema has visited the funeral house alongside other opposition leaders and are all calling for a dignified send-off for the country's statesmen who serve the Southern African country and the region in various portfolios. Banda died last Friday following a long illness. Our correspondent in Zambia, Arthur Davis Kopo, gives an update.
He was one of the two remaining former presidents the country had. But now, Rupiah Banda is gone, leaving only one former president, Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Following his death last Friday, 11th March 2022, people are describing Zambia's fourth president, Rupiah Banda, in many ways. But communists are peacemaker, unifier, jovial, no hate harboring, and his famous tag, a president of all Zambians. Former Zambia's ambassador to Ethiopia, Emmanuel Mwamba, now politician in the Patriotic Front opposition political party, describes President Rupiah Banda as one who Africa should cherish.
It's a great loss to the country, and you know that President Rupiah Banda played a very key role, not just in Zambia but in Africa. You saw how they made him observe elections in various nations across Africa. So it's a loss not just to Zambia but to Africa. And my appeal is that we mourn him with the dignity that he deserves. That's the only way we can honor him.
President of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, visited the funeral house in Lusaka to console the wife of the late former president and the family. And there, he made firm pronouncements, asking Zambians to mourn the fallen hero in a dignified and befitting manner. President Hichilema has further revealed that he is in touch with his immediate past political arch-rival, and now the only remaining former president, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, over the procession of the departed former president, Rupiah Banda.
That I spoke to President Isiel, asking him that we must all mourn our former president together. I wanted to confirm this publicly here, and I asked the team to be briefing him, President Lungu, of what is going on, what are the plans, joint plans, so that we give due respect and honor to President Rupiah Banda. During
Lungu's tenure, at the death of Zambia's first president, Kenneth Kaunda, in 2021, Hichilema had challenges attending the funeral on grounds allegedly not being invited for the funeral by the state. But he says former President Edgar Lungu is invited. And concerned Zambians are now applauding the current president, Hakainde Hichilema. Like Sam Zulu, a political activist, has in this message.
The decision by the Republican President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, to invite the 6th President, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, to attend the funeral is clear demonstration that the President has refused to give in to hate or revenge. This act further indicates that the President's pronouncements on unity is genuine.
Arrangements have so far been made that Mr. Banda, who battled colon cancer for years now, will be buried on 18th March 2022 at the presidential burial site, Embassy Park, after 7 days of national mourning, joining the late first, second, third, and fifth Zambian presidents, Kenneth Kaunda, Frederick Chiluba, Levi Mwanawasa, and Michael Sata, respectively. A check at the presidential burial site Monday morning revealed that works for the burial of former President Rupiah Banda, popularly known as RB, have started. As preparations are being made for the burial of former President Mr. Rupiah Banda, Sam Zulu is proposing that the state should immediately identify another presidential burial site, as the current one is getting full.
To appeal to the government of the Republic of Zambia to urgently find adequate land for burial of our distinguished Zambian men and women, as the current one is almost full. A dignified resting place for our freedom fighters is a must.
Foreign heads of states and governments will be accorded a state funeral in Lusaka on 17th March 2022, a day before Mr. Rupiah Banda's burial. Reporting for the SABC's Channel Africa in Lusaka, Zambia, I am Arthur Davis, Scopo.
Well, that report there by Arthur bring the time to 9 minutes after 1 o'clock. Tributes continue to pour in for the late Zambian President Rupiah Banda. He passed away in Lusaka on Friday at the age of 85 after a 2-year illness. Banda was vice president when the surprise death of Levi Mwanawasa in 2008 propelled him to the top job. Now, that is our story that we're focusing on today, and it brings the time to 10 minutes after 1 o'clock. And still on our top story today, and that is how tributes are continuing to pour in for late Zambian President Rupiah Banda. Now, he passed away in Lusaka on Friday at the age of 85. Leonard Banda Chidziwa was the nephew of the former Zambian President Rupiah Banda. Let's take a listen to him.
A gallant son who was also an African statesman. Who happened to be my grandfather. I'm his nephew, so I used to call him Grandpa, and he used to call me Sonny sometimes, or grandson. You know, we are very, very at a loss of a gallant son of Africa, Southern Africa, and the whole world at large. You know, when we are talking about legacies, it's about what you have left as an impact in the people, in the nations which you have been through. Like in Zimbabwe, people are mourning. I've been receiving messages of condolences from high offices, individual, at that capacity, mourning the son, because he was also the son of Zimbabwe. He was born in Zimbabwe. Like myself, I was born in Zimbabwe, but with our parents in Zambia. So he was a son of Zimbabwe and a son of Zambia. I remember him. He used to be a jovial person. He used to be also preaching about peace, loving one another. Among one of his legacies, he used to be a mediator between other African countries when they have disputes, including Kenya. He was a peaceful man who loved peace, who loved to see people happy, who didn't love violence. That's why you would see at his old age, he would have decided to retire, enjoy his retirement at the farm, at home with his lovely family, his lovely wife, his lovely kids. But he would go out there to unify people, to put people together as Africans, that we have peace, that we enjoy in Southern Africa. I think one of his legacies that he has left is some people love the way he used to handle himself as a former head of state. But he used to be humble, open to the youths, open to everybody, no matter if you are a tomato seller, you are a minister, you are a what. The same way he would treat you is the same way he would also treat everybody at that level. So that legacy which he has left is to teach all the leaders out there